Alright, unmuting. And let's go ahead and transition. Boop.
So then I told X, yeah, we're going to go get Pit to make sure that those fairies get dunked on with the help of Palatina's forces.
What?
Oh wait, are we live?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You did that on purpose, didn't you?
I did that gag on purpose.
All right.
100% on purpose. So anyway, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another Silver Shinobi stream of Lost Belt 6 AVALAN Buffet Part 2.
Mm-hmm. It has been a bit. I keep getting called to work even on my days off lately. Ugh. Anyway. Because reasons. All right. Section 14. Eve of the
Only last left. It's off.
All right. Let's see. Eve of the decisive battle.
The last left off.
We survived an attack on the Welsh woods, where Oberon's fairies were, but unfortunately the autumn woods were set on fire, and none of the fairies there survived.
With bozos.
Here we go. Eve of the decisive battle.
Cutscene?
Yeah, cutscene.
Okay.
Tintagel's Bell of Pilgrimage, which I've been hearing constantly for 16 years, rings in the distance. It's a crude, roughly hewn bell that looks nothing like the bells it's based on. It embodies the wish that the child of prophecy will one day grow strong and set off on her journey. Tintagel is a coastal village located north of Cornwall. It's a small, insignificant place. Both the High Queen and the clan heads tend to forget it exists. Castor, I brought you a new book. It's about etiquette for upper-class fairies. You should study it now so that you'll be ready when you leave for the castle one day. Let's see, do you mind if I put the table here? By the way, have your FAE markings grown yet? You'll be 16 years old in only 2 more years, you know. I'm getting a little worried. Your journey is going to be hard enough as it is. I see you're working hard again today, Castor. You're so diligent, dedicated, and innocent. You play just as hard as you study, and you always find whatever it is the village needs at any given moment. The other fairies could learn a thing or two from you. Just seeing you in action fills us with hope. Still, I'm afraid it's going to be difficult to pay this year's tax. Thankfully, we should be able to squeak by thanks to all your help. But at this rate, I'm worried Tintagel may cease to exist by the time you turn 16. What are we going to do? Why must you be so very... I swear, none of these fairies have any tact. I guess that's what happens when you've lived past your prime. Well, there's nothing wrong with saying when you don't like something. In fact, you should say so. Don't you agree, Castor? I mean, you don't want anyone treating you differently just because you're the child of prophecy either, right? So come on, let's do something fun. The Elder's not going to mind if you just hang out for a little while. Did you hear there's a merchant caravan coming this way from the East Road? Maybe we can get musical instruments from Gloucester. If they have any, I'm sure they'd sell to you. I mean, you're the child of prophecy. Oh, have you been growing? One of the older fairies was saying you grow and change over time, unlike the rest of us. It's so weird to think about, but I guess it's better that way. With the magical energy you have now, you couldn't even survive against a single black dog. So hurry up and grow as much as you can, okay? Until then, we'll keep you safe. Everyone had such high hopes for me. It was a tiny village with no future, but they all believed in me, even though I didn't deserve it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm so weak. I'm sorry I couldn't be stronger. I'm sorry I couldn't protect our village. Ugh! What's wrong with this village? I told them it was futile to fight back, yet they still tried to resist. Did they all go crazy? Forget the Tintagel fairies. Find the Child of Prophecy. We've embarrassed ourselves enough as it is. If we let her escape now, I'll never be able to face High Queen Morgan. His voice was like thunder. It was the first time I've heard a truly powerful fairy roar with anger. I was too scared to even try to fight. All I could do was run away by myself, crying. I'm sorry, Grandpa. I wish I could have stayed there with you. It only took half a day to make it back to Salisbury. This new carriage is so much easier to pull. And now that we're fighting against the Queen, I have no intention of obeying the speed limit anymore. At this pace, we could make it back to Londinium before sunset. What would you like to do? I don't think there's any rush. Seconded. I need to get out before my poor back and butt shatter completely. I could use a breather too. I think I might be getting a little motion sick. Then why don't we rest up at Mike's restaurant? I've been wanting to talk to him about something anyway. How about you, Percival? I'm going to continue on to Londinium. I'm sure the Child of Prophecy will be welcome in Salisbury, but I don't think the same can be said for the commander of the Round Table Army. Huh? What are you talking about, Percival? There's a resistance movement in Salisbury too, right? Why don't you just work together? It's not that simple. The Round Table Army and the Salisbury Rebel Army are different organizations. They may be similar, but their goals aren't quite the same. Especially since Aurora is still publicly presenting herself as being on the Queen's side. If she did anything to hint that she's sympathetic to the Round Table Army, she'd be squished like a bug, clan head or not. I guess that's true, yeah. But ain't it kind of a bad look to just be sitting on the sidelines at this point? Not at all, Lord Muramasa. I wouldn't expect Lady Aurora to choose anything else. Anyway, Kundry's telling me she still has plenty of energy, so I'm gonna go on ahead to Londinium. Oh, beloved Child of Prophecy! Oh, valiant Child of Prophecy! Courageous Savior of Norwich! Equal to the Queen in Camelot! She's going to rebuild Londinium and defeat the Tanlin! Damn, that's a hell of a festival going on outside. I know, and it's all about Artoria. They're even selling pancakes that look just like her. I'll grab a dozen or so before we leave, okay? Da Vinci, you're finally back. Where were you? You said you were only going to be gone a little while, but it's been over 2 weeks. Oh, but never mind that. The important thing is you're back. I've got so many things I want to show you. I made a whole new menu. I've been getting along better with the Wind Clan fairies. And I'm even hanging out with humans now. It's been really busy, but I'm having so much fun. Hey, Mike. Sorry for making you worry. Still, don't you think you might be trying a few too many new things at once? You're the kind of fairy who concentrates best when you're on your own, so I think you'd be better off sticking to one thing at a time. You think? Well, maybe you're right, but one's just not enough anymore. After all the amazing things you taught me, Da Vinci, everything else just pales in comparison. Sheesh, how can I scold you after a compliment like that? Sorry, Shinobi, but I need to stop by the kitchen and taste test Mike's new recipes. I just hope he hasn't used any overly strange seasonings this time. By all means, take your time. We'll just be resting up in the back. Nice to see Da Vinci's got a friend. Well, more of an apprentice, really. She said she got to know him while she was wandering around on her own. It at least means we can come and go as we please. That does make it perfect for having secret meetings here at this quiet little back table. Oberon? Yeah, I've got something serious to discuss. I know you all kept quiet about this after we left the Welsh Woods, and I appreciate your consideration. But time is not on our side. Woodwose is